and this will be a MADPD moment. This session will be on Minecraft in the math classroom. So I'd like to share some of my ways that Minecraft has made a difference in my classroom. So I'm going to screen share here and go ahead. Now, I did plan originally of having a panel discussion, but a couple things fell through on that. So we're still good. And I even got a video that I can help you with that. But my key thing with this is definitely showing off student work and showing people kind of the different ways you can use Minecraft in your classroom. So again, my name's Dean Vetterman. I teach at Archbishop MC O'Neill Catholic High School in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. And there's a little bit of information about me. Feel free to get a hold of me at deanvetterman@rcsd.ca. All the resources that I'm sharing too is on my Weebly. And also there's my Twitter if you want to connect. I love Twitter. It's Vendy55. So some of the things that I hope to share with you during this presentation is basically what my inspiration is, my journey, why I use Minecraft as a tool in my classroom. I definitely focus a lot on the next part, which is how I use it in my math classroom, how you can use it in Genius Hours, science project, other classes, talk a little bit about coding, and there's some resources. And this whole presentation is up on my Weebly, so we'll see how I can get out there. There's a couple extra little Easter eggs I have in here, like the breakout, if we get a chance to do that in the time that we have. Please feel free to ask any questions on YouTube Live, as I do have that running, and I can take a gander and answer any questions that you may have. So my inspiration for using Minecraft in the classroom is actually my own two kids. On the left there's Xander, on the right that's Zach. But about whatever it was, 6 years ago or so, they started getting into Minecraft, and I watched what they were doing, and it was just like they were using electronic Lego in a big sandbox. And it was just amazing because there was like no really quest to complete or a high score to get or that type of thing. They were just building, and they were just having fun. And I got in there and learned with them too. And quickly, as I found out, as usual, they knew way more than I did. And they were teaching me things left, right, and center. And I kind of said to myself, well, this is something I definitely have to integrate into my classroom somehow. Like, it's just amazing to see how they're engaged and working on that. So I began my Minecraft journey in the classroom, I'd say about 5 years ago or so. It actually started when I was teaching social studies. And there's a group of students that wanted to make a Coliseum because we were doing a project about Rome. And I said, yeah, for sure. And they built their Coliseums. It was amazing. They were just so pumped when they showed me, where the emperor would be, where the gladiators would fight. They even built an aqueduct outside of the Coliseum. I got way more out of these kids than I would have ever if I gave them an essay or asked them to write a test or whatever. It was so cool, like the research that they did and put into it. And I knew it was definitely something I would like to pursue more as a tool in my classroom. So actually, I teach math right now, mostly. And I was teaching a math class about 4 years ago or so, and I had a class set of iPads. So we put Pocket Edition on the iPads, and we explored math concepts through that. And it was pretty good. There's some limitations on it, but you could see kids were really getting into it. And as my journey using Minecraft, keeps on going here, a couple of years ago, I was able to get a class set of laptops, and I put Minecraft Education Edition on it. So that's what I'm using right now is Minecraft Education Edition. And the last 2 years have just been phenomenal, seeing a lot of students work in math. And I've also had a chance to present and share presentations like this to people all over the world. I've been doing workshops on this, and I just really thankful for the opportunity to share this, because I think it's made a difference in the lives of my students and how they learn, and definitely with me as well. So if this makes a difference in some of your students learning, it's definitely worth the time and effort on that for sure. So some of the pedagogy behind why I like to use Minecraft, I definitely think it teaches 21st century skills. You get communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. all going on there. It's just amazing when I watch the students get into a world and build, and all these things are definitely at the forefront. So it's just not, they don't even realize how much they're learning a lot of time and how it's helping them in their future. I also love using Minecraft because it's definitely part of redefinition in the SAMR model. I couldn't teach these things just pen and paper, to have them in there and collaborate and build, to view something like that's a 3D object in a 2D world on a piece of paper is almost, well, it is impossible. Well, you can use isometric paper, I guess, but going in Minecraft is great because you can see it, you can walk around it, you could experience the building part. I also love Minecraft because I believe in aspects of universal design for it. So the students are using their whole brain. They're engaged in it. They're bringing up information they've learned. They're collaborating, thinking about how to apply it. It's definitely a really encapsulating activity to use something in Minecraft. So that's kind of the background information of how I use Minecraft in the classroom. So one of my main things that I wanted to share with you guys again is student work, and just to show you guys, that if you have a good plan and you have a good idea, just let the kids go, take a step back. I know I learn from students all the time, and if I said I was a pro Minecraft player, I'd be lying. I know enough to get by, and I learn from my students all the time. And actually, that's kind of a fun thing, is that the students definitely help me out with that. So, so as you can, sorry, hopefully I'm on the ball there a little bit more. A little bit of a glitch there. I was showing some pictures there, and I just realized by looking over that maybe I didn't share my screen like I thought I did. Let's see if that will work. Sorry about that. All right, so okay, that's going on. Sorry about the mix-up, guys. There we go. So, yeah, I'll leave it on this since it's working for me. But the main part of the Hangout's going to happen here right away. So, how I use it in my classroom, for example, I have an amusement park. So I'm just going to switch gears here, and I'm going to load up my Minecraft Education Edition, because I think somewhere along the line it got canceled on me. Oh, there it is. Sorry. And so what I'd like to do right now is just kind of take you a tour of how we use Minecraft in the classroom, and by showing student work. Hopefully things will come up here. I apologize if they're not. I just got done another session, so that's why things are maybe a little bit rushed. But let's see if I can get this going. All right. But yeah, so with this, my students, you can even see on the screen here while I'm trying to get this going here, you can see that some of the work that my students do, and we do slope projects, surface area projects, we do scale projects, a lot of good things like that. Excellent. Okay, so, oh, perfect. This took me right into what I wanted to show you guys. So I apologize for that. So in my class, I teach a class called Workplace Funny. And in class, we go through a wide variety of different topics. So you can see here, this is a culmination of the students' work, and it might give you guys some ideas of what's going on here. So one thing we learn about is slope. And with slope, we talk about rise over run. And so I have my students build roller coasters. And as they're building their roller coasters, they have to do things like they have to tell me, what the slope would be. Is it positive or negative? Those type of things. And they have to let me know what the math is behind that. So here, for example, is a negative slope. I had a question on this with them too, because it's not really possible to go 11 as your run and negative 10. Basically in Minecraft, it should be the same. So, but another thing that was really interesting in here too is that when we have a vertical slope, for example, they have to come straight down. Minecraft physics actually would have your minecart go a couple of blocks forward. But what they figured out, and I knew this, but I want to see if they could figure it out. They figured out that if their Minecraft cart hit there, and hit this block, and it would come straight down. And therefore, then you'd have an undefined slope. So what I do with the students is a 3-part process. They had to plan this out first. They had to, I give them graph paper that I've put together for in Minecraft, and they have to sketch out what their roller coaster would look at and make sure that they include all 4 types of slope that I want and the calculations behind it. And then they would go in and they would build their roller coaster. And finally, they would either in Sway or PowerPoint, they would take screenshots and out a variety of questions that I can show you after, kind of how that looks as well. So another project that we do inside of here and that we learn in Workplace 20 here, where I'm at, is we talk about surface area and volume. So they have to create a water park. So these guys, the girls that did this were amazing. They did this last semester, and they built a step pyramid and a rectangular prism and a cylinder, which was interesting because it's tough to do something round in a square world, and also a composite object that they had inside of here. So what they had to do too, again, they had to plan it, but they also had to put down signs and tell me what the volume was and the surface area, give me the formulas and the measurements. So it was pretty cool. They had to figure out how water works inside of Minecraft as well too. So if you can see here, when you're doing your, just to get an understanding how the formula works, you know, they could count their sides here, but then they could walk around and realize that there are 4 different sides and how they could put that into words of formula and how that would make it work. Also, what's nice here is that they could fly over top and see that when they look down, it's just a square. So that way they could calculate their surface area and their volume and figure out what's going on with that. Since I'm in Canada, we use meters. So each edge on the face was 1 meter. So 1 block would be 1 meter squared to make things a little bit easier for them to calculate. And each block for volume was 1 meter cubed. One thing that we're starting to use a little bit more, as there's a higher version of Minecraft Education Edition, are the use of NPCs. So now you can go in here and you can even add in videos and that and make your worlds even a little bit more interactive in that. So that was pretty cool. And they can, you know, start to give their formulas and their calculations through that, which is neat. Another add-on that's part of Minecraft Education to do, there's these things called structure blocks, where you can actually make 3D images of your work and explore that too. You can even export these and do like some 3D printing on it and stuff too. So you can get the kids to actually not only make in this world, in the Minecraft world, objects, but then you can print them out and they can see their work in 3D printing as well. So that's something I'm working on right now. Another thing we learn in class is about trig. So I had them make water slides out of right angle triangles. And again, they had to plan this out. They had to give me their calculations and their formulas. And then you get the fun part. I love correcting these things, by the way, because I have fun just going out. And then you can go down their water slide and see how they did. So they had to figure out what the angles would have been on that. And then we were also talking about scale. So they had to make one to scale. And speaking of scale, they ended up building, they had to build an attraction, and these guys decided to build a petting zoo. So they actually figured out how big a horse would be and if they would fit inside with the fence and all that. So just a great engaging project. Students are really getting into this, and that's something I use with my Workplace 20 class for sure. So, and again, feel free to type in any questions if you're watching. I see there's maybe a couple people watching right now, and if you guys do watch another time, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me, and I'll definitely be more than happy to share what we're doing in here. This is a project right now that my student of mine's working on, and again, same project, but you can see he's getting more sophisticated with some of the work he's doing. His sphere is really amazing there, and again, what I really like about his work here is that he does a really nice job of adding in the formulas and that. So you really get a chance to see what he understood, what he knew, and even change it to capacity and those type of things. So excellent work, and it's just great to see how these guys work that. Now, a typical project like this, I maybe give them 3 3.5 days to work on. And it fits nicely into the curriculum that we do for this. So another thing that I like to be able to do with this is use it for, well, here's a good one. I use it in a Genius Hour activity. So this one that I'm about to do a little show and tell with you, with a student actually last year, we had a Genius Hour in a class that we had. He wanted to do something in Minecraft. And actually there was a contest that Microsoft was putting on with Minecraft celebrating Canada's 150th anniversary. So this student planned this out, and he had people come in and help him a little bit, but basically it was himself. So he recreated a typical prairie scene with a grain elevator and combine and you know, the hopper and all that, and basically said, did a whole thing in Office Mix, and did a whole explanation about how Saskatchewan is the breadbasket of Canada and that. And we put it in the contest, and he won first. So he got our class set of laptops. So again, with the structure blocks, you can kind of look inside and see how he built and where the grain would be and all that type of thing too. So using it in a Genius Hour was amazing. They were so engaged. He was so happy with that. And a lot of other kids did Minecraft projects using Genius Hour as well too. So it's just amazing seeing them create and collaborate and all those 21st century skills I was talking about earlier. All right. So another thing, actually, I was helping out my own son about a year or so ago, and is in grade 7 at the time, and they were learning about different parts of the Earth's crust, like the different layers and that. And he wasn't sure what to do. But so I said, well, why don't you use Minecraft? You're pretty good at it, and you know what you're doing. So he ended up building a world, and he ended up basically cutting off a cross section of it, and he did signs, and he found out what each layer of the Earth was about, and he put down the information on that. And he also used Office Mix to make a recording. He even had a volcano in there too. So he was really, and this impressed his teacher and his fellow students with the work that he did here. He even put his source of where he got it, so he's doing good digital citizenship on there too. So that's another thing too that really a lot of times with this we teach good digital citizenship, like how not to grief, and most kids are pretty good about it. I try not to put too many restrictions on things, and students really basically rose to the occasion and done a good job of looking after each other too. Another thing that we do in class is sometimes we have build battles. So build battles are really cool. I was teaching a circle geometry class, and I was saying, well, you got 10 minutes, build me a circle of symmetry in it. So you can kind of see here what two students did in like less than 10 minutes, how they built a circle of symmetry. They were taught, you know, it's tough to draw circles in Minecraft, but they did it. And they were talking about the radius and the diameter and all that. We're also talking about inscribed angles. And, you know, I said, make me something that looks like an inscribed angle. And it would be tough, but they made the Star Wars logo, which, yeah, we could talk about central angles there and inscribed angles. So it's pretty good. We're also talking about tangent lines. So again, they had to build that at 10 minutes to show me their understanding of tangent lines. So they kind of built a loop-to-loop and showed me tangent lines with the rail here and said, yeah, that would be like a 90-degree angle. So it was really cool to have the students show me their work in a new and exciting way. And, you know, probably for a lot of these guys, you know, wouldn't be able to show me or wouldn't want to show me in other ways too. A couple things too that I'd like to share. This example here, now I didn't make this and I haven't used this, but I'll go into it in a bit. There's a ton of pre-made worlds out there that you can access. And for example, this one I didn't make, but you could go around and you could talk to all these MP3s, and it'd be a great story starter. You can go around and the students would talk and visit and do that and kind of gamify your learning. I even know a couple of global mentors that I'm lucky to be a part of with Minecraft. They've recreated the city of Verona, and you can do a whole Romeo and Juliet scene inside of there. So there's a lot of pre-made things out there. You can use it in science classes, math classes, English classes. I was going to share with you guys right now just an example of another project from a good friend of mine who's his name's Ben Kelly, and he lives in New Brunswick, of a project that he's doing.
Hello, fellow educators, and welcome to How I Am Making a Difference in the Classroom with Minecraft Education. Education project, otherwise known as Free Home Makeover Minecraft. In this project, students get to develop the much-needed skill of empathy while being creative, critical thinking as well at the same time. Just like the Home and Garden television show, there are families in need, and our students are going to be the ones to make their dreams come true. Here's a few examples. The Anderson family just had the emerald mine in their town shut down, and now the parents are out of work. The Sandusky family has their dad, a Marine/peacekeeper overseas, and they really want to provide a nice home for the dad when he comes back from his service to his country. The Freezing family is a father who's isolated up north and wants to bring his family up to live with him, so they have to build a home in the right conditions for northern type living. The Cramped family is, well, cramped. There's so many siblings that live together that they want to find their own individual space, but they also want to stay close as a family. There are 4 more families on top of these families ready for your students to empathize with in this project. So if you're ready to start making a difference in your classroom and teaching empathy with Minecraft Education, I recommend you check out this project, but also all the other wonderful projects, including Dean's, on the Minecraft Education site. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Awesome. So again, that's a good friend of mine. His name's Ben Kelly. He's doing some amazing work. I'm also on a project that he's doing that I'll get in a couple of weeks, actually, and it's all about sustainable goals, development goals. So like working on things like how to prevent poverty, or you know, how to get like better solar power going, you know, all those type of things. So yeah, there's so many good people out there doing a variety of good things. So I hope that's giving you a good idea of different ways you can incorporate it. One thing that my friend Ben set up that he's working on as well, and that I've been part of, and I'm looking forward to sharing it when it's basically all done. But he did let me kind of look at mine. He's creating right now up on a server. It's a mentor market, and where a bunch of people from all over the world are building like he's got this Arabian world, and people are kind of staking out their little marketplaces, and you can go visit these people. There's people all over the world. Like I said, obviously you can see somebody's from New York. The Pig Flamingo is a great mentor, and she's from Denmark. The IM back here is an amazing mentor again. He does things all around the world. And he's from like Scotland. So it's just amazing. A lot of people using things out there, and a lot of people new. So this is the one that I was working on. And the one I was working on too, I was showing some of the things how I do it in my math class there. You can see my roller coaster. You can see my water park ability to it. You could go inside. One thing too, another world that I've made before is kind of a polynomial world. And you can go in here and you can get manipulatives, you know, the different colors, and then you can redo this. As you can see here, I'll even I've learned a little bit of code too, which is interesting. When I put /WB, I can go in here. I can go out to a quiz that I've made in Microsoft Forms on this one. This even takes it an email where you can take actually a picture of your work. See these little cameras here. You can just right click, take a little picture. And it's pretty cool. Some of the things, oh, a little selfie there. Some of the things that you can do within it as well. Actually, I've actually built onto this inside of the on the server that we've done, and I actually did a scale thing where you go down forever and ever and find some things with that with scale. And also here I built something too in the other world too. I'm hoping that I'll be able to share this with you guys as it's totally complete down the road, and you can see some of the things that you're doing. And talk to this robot here. Again, he's talking about a negative slope, and you can see how you can get more interactive and stuff. There's even a version right now of Minecraft Education Edition that has chemistry things inside of there too, so you can actually do chemistry labs. And again, here's a 3D version of my thing, so you can see my world and look at it a different way. So there's so many things that you can do inside of here. Most of these things that I've done is it's inside of creative mode. So when you go in creative mode, you don't have to worry about bad guys coming in and doing that. You'd have all your Lego that you would need already, all your pieces and stuff, and you could just kind of go in and start to build and do that. You don't have to worry about dying or anything like that. You just hit double space and you can fly. And again, if you're not great at Minecraft, don't worry about it. This kids will be, and it just comes up with a good idea inside of there. Like even though this guy put a little guest book, you can kind of go in there and say hello. And again, you can, I've put inside of here a link to where you can find resources, and on here where my Twitter is. So students can do this too, and your imagination is definitely your limit on it for sure. I hope, is there any questions? Just trying to look at the thing there. No, not yet. But by all means, if any of these things interest you and all that, I'd be more than happy to share any of the worlds and things that are going on with that. I'm just going to go back to my presentation here. So hopefully this has been useful for you guys. I just wanted, before I forget, another thing that you can do inside, and I'll minimize this, is there's a couple of add-ons. I haven't really used the classroom mode very much, but I have used the coding one. And I wanted just to show you that. So again, the coding one's free. You can go and you copy this information, and then when you go back into Minecraft, I got one that I have called coding. And this is something I want to get more and more with my class, because I really believe in coding, and I think it's definitely skills that students need now and in the future. I really like the computational skills going on there. But now that I've did that, if I put code, it should launch the code maker in there, and then I'm able to, there's a try, you can use Scratch, you can use Tinker, code, but I always use Make Code. So when you go inside of there, it's all block coding, and students, are able to put together little programs that their guy, he's called the agent, that he will do. So even my own son and I were playing with this the other day, and we made some code. So when you go inside of the code connecting, again, you would use the blocks, and so you don't have to be a great coder or anything to do this. You just have to have a good plan and put it out. So you can see, there's something we put called hold. So when we go into here and resume game, hopefully my guy is with me, and I'm just going to type in code. Oops. Sorry, just want to make sure I'm spelling this right. I'm putting whole. Oops.
Vendramin _D hole.
Oh, good. So you can hear that.
Vendramin _D hole.
Okay, so check sure I'm established. I should see my little agent buddy right now. I did test this out before, and he was there. He built this, and he built the hole that's going down there. Oh, I know why. Because I sent him way down there, and he's not maybe happy because I made him dig this big hole when I was experimenting. There he is. Oh, I'm way in the water, so that's probably why. Let's see if I can get him to come here.
Vendramin _D come.
Okay, because inside of the make code here, oops, what we did with this is, I built a hole and I had him dig it all the way to I was trying to figure out how deep you could go in Minecraft, and then we finally figured it out. Oh, I had come here. That's what I had. So let's see if I can get him to come here. There he is.
Vendramin _D come here.
So now when I look, that's why he was out of range. I don't know if I want him to get it dig a hole because it was pretty deep. But so yeah, you can see here I was getting him to build a wall and all that type of thing. So you can definitely do lots of coding things with it. There he is.
Draymond_D wall.
He's starting to build for me a wall. There he goes. So it's really cool to see what you can do with the coding, and I'm really excited about where this will take. So look at him build. Oh, he's going to trap me in here. Awesome. So coding is definitely a cool thing you can do with your students for sure, and Minecraft Education Edition makes it really easy. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Yeah, no, I'm really having a good time here showing you guys. You can see there's a couple people watching. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'd be more than happy to share the resource with you guys. Yeah, so this is a really important slide, and I'd like to share with you guys too. And I'll just go here, and I'll just from this current slide. If you go to this link here, it will take you to education.net. These are some amazing people. There's Ben's information and the video that you just saw. That's actually an extended version. There's so many good people out there, and I've been lucky enough to be a global mentor in that. And the people that run it, Minu here, she's awesome. If you have any questions about how it works, you can get a hold of her. She'll help you. And if you follow Play Craft Learn, that's the Minecraft Education Edition Twitter account, and there's some hashtags. And every Tuesday night with Minecraft Edu, they have a Twitter chat that you can be a part of, and learn through that too. So again, there's lots of articles in there that support the use of Minecraft in your classroom. This is another good one that I'll send this out. If you want to take a look at, go reinforces the pedagogy behind it from like Seymour Papert and how students learn. Again, lots of educators around the world are definitely giving high marks to using Minecraft in your classroom. My students even gave tips, just saying this allows them to be more creative. It helps them visualize math concepts. They like the alternative way to learn on that. They just say, give it a try. And that's what I would say to people too, is just to give it a try. Go out there, and you'll be glad that you did. They just really enjoy, the visual aspect of it. They enjoy the creativity of it. And, some of them think, well, why we're just playing Minecraft? But then they start to see that, oh no, I'm actually learning, from it too. So I'd really, there's some tips from the students. Again, what we usually do is we go into creative mode, choose a flat world, and we build from there. But as you saw, you can download different worlds, and your imagination's definitely the limit on that. One little Easter egg that I would like to share with you guys is I've actually made a digital breakout, and I kind of had a Minecraft theme with it, and see if it will take us to that. And I was using OneNote. So when we used OneNote in here, we were able to password protect different tabs, and it's kind of like an escape room. So the students had to answer questions before they could go in and save the person that was trapped in the Minecraft shaft. So it was a lot of fun. It was a great way to back up what we were doing inside of Minecraft by going into OneNote and doing that. So if you ever want to know what we're doing with this and take a look, there's lots of examples online, but I know that my students really enjoyed doing something like this. So you could see you had to here answer the question before you could go into the next tab. And if you didn't know what it was, it wouldn't let you through. And then I put a timer on with it. And the timer that I use, again, even if it's just a quick win from watching this, this is an awesome site. It's called classroomscreen.com. On here, you can see I have welcome and my Twitter handle on that. You can actually add a timer to it, and you could time to make sure that they would save things and give them like 15 minutes to break out and all that. So that was that's a pretty good example as well. So yeah, I talked about build battles. And sometimes when I do this presentation, I've tried to use that and get my get teachers engaged and students engaged in a build battle just to get their feet wet with it. MADPD has just been amazing. I've really enjoyed being part of it. This is my second time through it, and I just did a presentation before. I think next time I would probably leave an hour between. But no, it's been great. A lot of the things that I've talked about too, you can find in Minecraft Education Edition. So it's education.microsoft.com. And when you go to here, oops, that's the wrong one. I will bring up the right one for you that I wanted to show you. So when you go to Minecraft Education Edition, actually what I showed you before is really good too. Being part of the Minecraft, I'm also a Minecraft individual educator, and that site there has lots of great tutorials on Minecraft and a bunch of other tools that you can use. But when you go into Minecraft, so it's education.minecraft.net, you can go here, you can see how it works. You can do that. I'm lucky I have a class set of laptops that I use all the time, and we use Office 365. So that's how I assign Minecraft to my students. And if you go inside of here, you can sign in and you can get Minecraft education. So your students would, through Office 365, they would get an email. You put a copy of it on their laptops, and then they would get to go in. It's $6 Canadian per year per student for the licenses that we have, but you can reclaim them. So I have like 2 semesters. After the first semester, I can take out kids that are no longer in my class and then put that so you can get like 2 uses out of it in there too. But inside of here, you can just see there's just a great community that's involved there. You can meet other mentors and with different lesson plans and ideas that are doing a great job in their classrooms. And it's easy for you to reach out and find them. There's tutorial worlds in here. As I was saying, the coding is good. You can also now, there's chemistry you can do. So you can have like labs inside of it. You know, there's a whole bunch of support that you can get inside of here. Another thing too, that if you're more than welcome to use, if you take a look, this is my Weebly, this is my website. I do have inside of here a whole bunch of resources that I've accumulated for using Minecraft in the math classroom. This presentation will be on here. I've got videos on here, sheets about how to control, like how to move your guy in Minecraft and all that type of thing. So by all means, if you find anything in here useful, by all means, use it. I definitely share any of my work for sure, and get you in contact with other people as well. So that basically concludes my presentation. I really appreciate the opportunity to share. I hope that you learned something from it. I'm looking at my YouTube live, and I don't have any questions right now, which is fine. But if you do have questions down the road, you know, please let me know. You know, I know one thing I plan on doing this summer is sitting down and going through their archives of MADPD and sitting on my deck and getting some sun and having a glass of water and watching some of the different presentations from MADPD. It's definitely a great movement, and I'm glad and honored to be a part of it. Again, if you want to reach out, I'm at Vendy55. There's my email, and there's also a link to my Weebly that you can get some of the resources that we talked about. I totally have enjoyed doing this. I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.